5.3 liter Chevy Silverado. Going to be replacing the oil pressure switch sensor, whatever you want to call it. Part number 926041. Got the kit with the oil filter, the oil screen with the sensor itself. So placing this sensor mainly, but this is right underneath it, and it kind of has a filter screen on it to where it keeps the debris from coming in this orifice hole right here. And yeah, so just waiting on the customer to show up so we can go ahead and replace that bad boy. Right there where that blue's at, in that wire harness, that wire right there, that's where your oil pressure sensor lives at. So I got a finagle working in the blind way back there. I think I got it. All right, plugs out. I'll get you guys a close up here in a second. There we go. All right. See, here's a gray tab right here. You're gonna pull that up from the angle you're gonna be at. You're gonna pull this gray piece up, and then you press in this black part right here and pull up and out. So you're gonna need one of these guys. This is essentially the setup you're gonna use. This is an oil. This is designed for this type of job. What is it? A 1 1/16 size. But this is what you want to use with a swivel and extension. If you don't do it this way, you're gonna have to take that intake manifold off and go from there. But let's see if we can get this bad boy on top. Yep, just like that. Like what you want. So you got it free. So at this point, you can take it off with your wrench, or take your wrench out the way and then spin it out. It's right there. Let me see if I can pull it up without knocking. Okay, yeah, there it is. So now I can put my hand back there and just grab it, hopefully, without losing it. Yep, there we go. So this is what we look like right here. Sensor out, got the 3 prongs. Now there is 2 different types, so just know what you got to have, know what you need. There's one that's like a skinny one with a 2 prong. This one has a 3 prong on it. And like I said, the one we got in the box is what we got already, so we got the right one. The next thing is to try to pull out that oil filter screen. All right, so you need a little pick like this, almost like a little fish hook. Put that straight down to give you an example. So this is sitting in the block like that. I'm going straight down into this hole right here, right? Pushing down, working that hook to where the hook piece catches this lip, and I can pull it straight up and out. You have a little bit of resistance because this O-ring that's right here. Hopefully you can see that. But pretty much that's really what needs to happen. So you're not going to see me do it, like I said, from this angle, but just know that's what I'm doing back here. If I don't lose it. As you can see, take some of this residual oil off this one and wipe it on this O-ring, right? You're never gonna put an O-ring in nothing dry. So that's where we are with it. Lubed up. Trying to put the new one in. Hopefully I don't drop it. Oh. Alright, I felt that slip through the O-ring area. Got our new sensor right here. So I'm gonna drop it in. This comes with a little cover. This will protects this connection. So I'll just leave it on for now. No, I'll take it off now because when I put that socket on, I'll put it back on. Nah, take it off. Anyways, you just throw that in there now and call that good. And it already comes with our thread tape on it, so you ain't gotta worry about nothing leaking out. Start the threads on it to the point where you can't turn no more by yourself. And that's what I did. So now I was gonna put this socket back on top and tighten her down. This bottoms out. Okay, kind of like it did. Go ahead and pull this off. All right, I'll check the depth. Do not have a torque spec for you guys, so if you're gonna do this, do your due diligence and look up your torque spec. I'm just gonna turn this in until it feels nice and tight. Crush those washers. Yeah, my 3/8 little electric ratchet is not designed to really torque. It'll run down as much as it can like it did, and then I'll finish it off with the hand, by hand. All right. Feels nice and good right there. Take that off. Pull the sensor off, or pull the connection off. And at this point, it comes down to just making sure we're bottomed out, which we are. And let's put this plug on. If I can line it up. All right, boom, clicked in. And just like that, give you guys an up close. Already, we're in there, plug back in. You see the plug connector. And that's an oil pressure switch or sensor, however it's really technically labeled. That's how you replace that with the screen as well. So screen and sensor together, combo kit. Now it's just put this cover back on, take my light out the way, obviously, and start her up, check the oil pressure. All right, just replace the oil pressure sensor / switch and the filter that goes with it. First start up, see if we got oil pressure. And on these Chevys, they want to start up about 40 PSI. As you see, that one's at 40 right now. Give it a little bit of gas. Oil pressure indeed goes up relative to the RPMs. Got to check engine light. I'm gonna go ahead and see what that's about. And also the customer wanted me to look at a couple oil leaks he had under the vehicle as well. So I'm gonna knock that out next off camera, but more or less that's what I'm gonna do today. So far, so good. Because prior to this, that light, that's pressure wasn't reading at all. It was pinned out at 0. So vehicle running at idle, solid 40 PSI, what you want to see. Let me see what the check engine light's talking about though. All right guys, after scanning the trouble codes, it had oil pressure switch circuit volts high. So obviously now, after I erase everything, it says oil level switch circuit is okay. Oil level pressure sensor, as you see, the car is idle right now. It's at 35-ish, fluctuating between 35, 37 PSI. Hit the RPMs. Obviously it goes up, as it should. So at this point, I'm gonna call this a confirmed fix. It was just the oil pressure sensor. The internals of it must have been bad. I didn't ohm it out, but this is just preliminary. It's usually that when this situation happens. If it's not that, obviously it's got very low oil. It's not a lot that can make this go bad unless you got like wraps or something like that chewing up your wires. But besides that, that's a confirmed fix. On to the next job.